He said he ain't had no gun on him or nothing. He said he grabbed a white shirt and wrapped it around his arm and tucked it under his arm like he had that iron on him. And he was walking over there towards Slim, and he said Slim was steady backing up into the cut, like in a project, like in a little cut. He said it clicked to his head, like, man, I'm beefing with all these over here. He said, man, he told him, he said, man, I'll be back. Like, in other words, man, let me go here. I gotta go handle this business right quick. I'm gonna come back and fuck with you, dog. And so he said he backed out. He backed out. He ain't even turned his back. He said he got back in the car, and he pushed out. And he said he felt the double cross. He said Slim was about to cut through him. That's how he felt. I'm friends of the family with Yellow Boy, man. Like, my brother is married into Yellow Boy family, right? And when Yellow got killed, my brother had his trooper, the truck he got killed in. We literally washed the brains out his trooper.
Josephine Johnny and Soulja Slim are both legendary when it comes to the city of New Orleans, and were both well known for making classic hits on albums and in the streets. They were comrades who shared a short distance between Josephine Street and the Magnolia projects, but after a series of some gangster shit, the respect was gone, and Johnny found himself on the opposing side of Soulja Slim.
You know, by Soulja Slim being my favorite rapper, you know, I know Josephine and Magnolia, that's right there around the corner, basically. So I'm asking him, I'm like, man, what's that with Slim, man? That's that's my favorite rapper. Slim had just died. But this had to be about '05. So I'm like, man, what's up with Slim? And he was like, man, I grew up with Slim. I really fuck with Slim. He said, I took Slim on one of his first missions. He was like, but shit, it was like it was that walk. He was like, shit, he seen Slim again. It was gonna be up there. And I'm like, why? You know, cause that's like telling you they won't kill your favorite rapper or want to do some harm to your favorite a person you know, because when they're your favorite rapper, it's like somebody you know down there. So when he said that, I'm like, wow, what's going on? He said they was at a club or something, and he got into it with some dudes who was Slim, I guess Slim partners, and he said he went outside to go get the strap, and he said while he was on his way outside, he bumped into Slim. Slim seen it on his mind, and he said Slim tried to stop him, like, no, don't do that, Johnny. Let that be. You know what I'm saying? Let him make it or whatever. However, man, he said he went and did. He said he went and got that thing and did it anyway. He sprayed the club up.
One time, in a nightcap, the Cali was shooting dice in the bathroom, and allegedly, some dudes out the Cali robbed Josephine Johnny. They robbed the whole dice. They robbed the whole dice game, but you know, Josephine Johnny was one that was shooting dice.
I was listening to a longer interview. It might have been about a dice game. I don't know what it was about.
They shooting dice and all that in the club, and Josephine Johnny, he licking, you heard me? He shooting dice with the DBs. One of the DBs like, man, Johnny, he licking in that club, but he ain't going nowhere with that bread. Sure as the checks come out on the first, man, they done went with their move. Johnny done left the club, bro.
On his way out, you know, he had it on his mind. He was here to go get his iron. They come back in there to deal with whatever problem he had in there. And Slim tried to stop him. Slim was like, man, leave that alone. Johnny wasn't hearing that. Johnny went and got that thing and did what he did, right? This is what he telling me.
Josephine Johnny left and came back to the nightcap. He swung the door open and hitting that bitch with an SKS. He shot in there. He hit the girl up, Josephine, Wandrika, and shot and skinned some other people up.
Somebody must have got hit, however, when he sprayed the club up. So that turned into a problem.
Mad about that though. Like, we can come there and do some, you know, you shooting at anybody. Mad about that.
They say he shot the club up. Yeah, he said he bust through the door, just let loose, which to me was crazy to me. Yeah, they said people got hit that weren't supposed to get hit.
When he started shooting in the club, man, you heard me? The door was open, man, you heard me? And everybody breaking out running.
He wasn't looking for one person. He just felt like everybody had to go. Yeah, China with it on Wild Bill type shit. I guess he hit somebody or whatever. However, I guess that made the beef with the Magnolia up there with him. Like, you know, they were trying to get at him. And he said, you know, he wasn't having it. nigga thought he was trying to play him pussy. See, one thing about Johnny do that dancing. He do that Josephine Johnny, and he make bounce music. But he was a gangster.
How I supposed to know Josephine Johnny was gonna pull that off, man? That man got one eye, man. That man shot all the cash register stuff. That cash register ain't do him nothing.
After Johnny shut up the club, his life would change forever. It's one thing to have one Magnolia gangster looking for you, but Johnny had half the project mad at him. So at that point, he didn't know who he could trust, not even Slim. This next segment shows the life of Josephine Johnny after the beef started with the Magnolia projects.
So as I'm lipping through the project, I see Johnny. He in a rental joint. He keep pulling up out of Magnolia.
Logger Black came down there and said, "Twin, where Mimi at?" He said, "Tell him bring that 4-4 down here." Mimi went got that bitch and gave it to Logger.
That boy turning that corner. I'm telling Mim, look, bro. Let's let that being wait for him to turn the corner. He gonna see us and try to pull over and holler, you heard me? Let him get out. We gonna re-rock him, you heard me? You already know.
Josephine Johnny had been passing down the street, around the project. Boy, Logger got out there, pull up behind that boy. Boom! Then he stepped with that leg. You know he crippled. Hit that bitch again. Boom! Step with the leg. We getting that Josephine Johnny behind that shit. Boy, you know what I'm saying? Laughing like a laughing. It was serious.
At the end of the day, man, Johnny, you wrong, man. You heard me? God bless his soul. You heard me? That's my partner. Yeah, we growing up around each other, but man, it is what it is, man. You drew for his blood.
He said later on, like, you know, as the years passed, like shit calmed down. He said the last time he saw Slim before Slim died, he said he was riding through the project and he seen Slim. And he said Slim flagged him down. And he said, it must have been a DJ or something, because Slim was like, man, come over here, they got a DJ, whatever they had going on, he was inviting them over there. And he said he was persistent about getting him over there. And say Johnny said he was so excited to see his partner, it was like he forgot what had happened. But he still was New Orleans, so he stayed on point. He said he ain't had no gun on him or nothing. He said he grabbed a white shirt and wrapped it around his arm and tucked it under his arm like he had that iron on him. And he was walking over there towards Slim, and he said Slim was steady backing up into the cut, like in a project, like in a little cut. And he said he was like, man, he said it clicked to his head, like, man, I'm beefing with all these over here. He said he got on point real fast. And he said he just told Slim, hey, I'ma holler up. He said he was halfway walking over there, and Slim was, and he said he seen some, he said, man, he told him, he said, man, I'll be back. Like, in other words, man, let me go ahead. I gotta go handle this business right quick. I'm gonna come back and fuck with you, dog. And so he said he backed out. He didn't even turn his back. He said he got back in the car, and he pushed out. And he said he felt the double cross. He said Slim was about to cut through him. That's how he felt. And he just ain't never seen Slim no more. That's why he said he kind of was like fucked up with Slim when Slim died. He was like, man. But yeah, I talked to Johnny a week before he died, man, on Instagram, bro. Like, I knew he was sick because he ain't never put the camera on him. You know what I'm saying? I seen some pictures. He was in a wheelchair and shit. He was telling me, man, I'm finna get right. When I get right, one thing I can say, all the way to the day he died, he felt like he was finna blow again. You see what I'm saying? He felt like he was gonna make that hit or do something to make him bubble. Because he was like, bro, we finna do it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like fam to
Look at shorty in that thong, let her waist. Know how we doing this all on my songs, gotta give it to that girl, she's so good. All around that boom.
You mentioned that he was beefing with the Magnolia, but then he was really close with Magnolia Chop.
You know, you could tell he had a lot of love for Magnolia Chop, because he used to voice how he felt about Magnolia Chop. He used to be like, man, he felt like Magnolia Chop had left him behind or didn't fuck with him no more. He used to voice his opinion about that, man. It kind of like, you could tell he was bothered by that. You know, like he had a lot of love for Chop.
When the last time you talked to Chop?
A couple of months ago. We ain't on the same page, so you know we ain't on the same page. You know, sometimes people just go Hollywood sometimes, but you can't never forget who put you on.
Didn't Johnny start chopping the game or some shit like that?
Yeah, he was like he discovered Chop. He was saying he discovered a lot of these, man, a lot of these bounce, you know, who did that bounce shit. He discovered.
They want Baby D, they want Jolly Wild, they want Hot Boy Around, they want my nigga Slugger. I done that. You know why? I mentioned y'all. I told y'all to come on the road with me. They won't stay in the city. So my name got out pow. Now they mad. You see what I'm saying?
Johnny was my dog, man. Like, it's crazy how I met Johnny, man. I met Johnny when I was in college. I had went to college in Jackson, Tennessee. And Johnny pop up out there. Come to find out, Johnny was ducking some shit, right? So he pop up out there. And how I met him, you know, I had big feet. If you ask about me in Jackson, Tennessee, one of your average college student. But like I said, I was at the club. And I used to, you know, when we pop up at the club, ask anybody, we don't wait in line. We'll walk dead to the front, walk in that bitch. You heard me? So I pop up at the club, we go straight to the door. And I hear at the door telling somebody, hey man, let me in. He said, man, I rap, man. I'm Josephine Johnny. I'm popular where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I got that song, Josephine Johnny. The security dude looked at him like, man, we don't know who the fuck you is, man. You can't come in here. Like, kind of shitted on him, like. And I overheard it. I said, what? I said, no, dog, that coming in this bitch. He with me. If anything, he with me. I said, boy, do you know who this is? He was like, I said, man, this here. Yeah, Beyonce doing his fucking dance on the stage, man. This on BG, man. This is official. Where I'm from, like that, and let him in. So when we go in that bitch, I bring him straight to the DJ booth. When we get to the DJ booth, you get a DJ that Josephine Johnny. Man, I'm in there cutting up way up in Tennessee off that Johnny. You heard me? Like, I guess the sound was just familiar or somebody heard, bruh, and had a club jumping. And like, I gave it my number. I'm like, man, I'm down here, man. I live up here. Anything you need, fuck with me, bro. I'm here. And it locked in with me, right? And had a bad little red bitch with him, too. Once I gave him my number, he hit me up the next day. And, you know, from that day on, we just was, you know, rocking, bro. Dude taught me a lot, like, as far as with management, right? Because I used to peep how he used to roll. Dude used to manage himself. He was getting shows, like, down south, like on the coast. He would get shows, like, in our region while he out there. And he'll be riding with me. And he'll have me tell the people everything that's need to be said, like I'm his manager. You see what I'm saying? Or even, I done seen him on the phone doing it himself. Like, talking in another voice. You get what I'm saying? Booking his own shows, booking his own hotels, doing shit like, you know, one-man army type shit, right? Dude was a real one. Pure hustler, bro. Dude, I took him to the studio out there because I had a little studio I was running out there. So I dropped the song, I Miss My Dog, I Miss My Hurt. He was talking about his brother, you know what I'm saying? He said he had a twin brother. You know, I never met his twin brother, but, you know, me and Johnny was jammed. When he came up there, he had got banged up. He was banged up bad. Leg, his ankle was banged up. And so he was beefing with some niggas. You know, he had been shot. He had got shot in the ankle or something. Like, his leg was messed up bad, you know. But he still was going to get that money from them shows. They showed me that hustle in him. And like I said, what he had going on, he really taught me how to manage and talk to these people when you
He told you what happened to him when he got shot?
You know,
How he got shot?
He didn't give me the details on how he got shot. He just I know he was beefing with somebody. I know he said his cousin had got killed when he got shot. He said when they hit him up, he said he played dead. That's how he survived. He said when they hit him up, he laid on the ground, played dead. That's how he survived.
With Slim being your favorite artist, bro, did that change your mind about Johnny as far as the way you look at him?
No, it just was like, I was joking with him. I said, nigga, how you gonna be beefing with my favorite rapper, you know, on some shit like that? But it never changed my mind because sometimes you'll meet your favorite rapper and you don't even like that for real. You don't even like brother for real. Sometimes you'll meet your favorite rapper and you really don't even like him.
What happened in 97?
We had another member called Yellow Boy. He was murdered in 96, early 97. You know what I'm saying? But the legend still lives on.
I'm friends of the family with Yellow Boy, man. Like, my brother is married into Yellow Boy family, right? And when Yellow got killed, my brother had his trooper, the truck he got killed in. We literally washed the brains out his trooper. You heard me? My brother had a car wash on Claiborne and St. Bernard back in 98. from the 7 Wall, right across from Circle Food Store. I guess the police gave the truck back. We got it. My brother got it, and shit. My brother had a detail shop, and we washed the brains out. And whoever hit him, it looked like it came up block, like they were sitting next to him, and it block. Yeah. I must have been about 14. Bruh had a car wash right there across from Circle Food Store on Claiborne and St. Bernard. Right there.
And you knew who Yellow was at that time? You knew he was a... And tell him what Yellow you speaking of for the world who don't know.
Yellow drag him for the river, you know, UNLV. Yeah.
You ever had any conversation with Yellow?
Nah, I ain't never met Yellow. You know, I met his daddy. You know what I'm saying? I never met Yellow. My nieces and nephews is Yellow nieces and nephews. It's crazy. Small world. I never met Yellow. Like Yellow pops dealt with him separately. Like my brother done been around and met Yellow, you know what I'm saying? Because he used to be with his pops. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah. Dude was a hell of a rapper. I think he would be one of them guys. Like I think he would have evolved with the rap game. He was one of them. Like how Slim was, Yellow was what Slim was before Slim was. Yeah.
Say, bro.
Rest in peace, Yellow Boy, man. And if you listen, the dude Wormy who I mentioned, if you listen to UNLV first album, Wormy was mentioned, and Wormy was about 10, 11 years old when they mentioned him, because he was one of them guys. He's still one of them guys. Yeah, real dude.
Damn. At an early age, huh?
Yeah, Josephine Wormy, man. Wormy, the little kid. If anybody from the Magnolia or Uptown know, Wormy, the little kid who shot up their little elementary school as a kid. It's crazy. This nigga shot up the elementary. He said he was staying in the Magnolia and he had to move out because they couldn't stay close to the school no more. That's how he ended up on Josephine. Yeah, Wormy was a real one, man. He's still a real one. He got some Josephine Johnny story. He said Hurt and Josephine snatched him off the porch. Man, listen, when I look at how New Orleans is, bro, from the Magnolia to Josephine, that's nowhere, bro. You know how you say in the country, it's a country mile? That's a neighbor, that's somebody's neighbor in Mississippi. You get what I'm saying? Without houses
from Josephine Street to the Magnolia Project, yeah.
Yeah, that distance right there, that's how close houses is in the country. So that's your neighbor. But you got to think about them two different hoods in New Orleans. That close area is two different hoods. That's I be looking at that like that's crazy to me.
That is, yo, that's bugged out.
Yeah, because like in the country, that's your neighbor. From Josephine to the Magnolia, that's that's who you go get sugar from, some ketchup from. That's your neighbor's house. That's the only house in between. Nothing in between is that distance to your neighbor's house.